The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Walsh, and I'm the Director of Support for BNI Connect and BNI University. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the webinar today. Today is our first in a series of 9 webinars about BNI Connect. And because this is our very first one, our very first week, I'm just going to give everybody a chance to get connected here. I still see the attendee list climbing. So let's give everybody a chance to download the latest version of the software and get connected and all that stuff. So it's going to be patient here for a second. And I would like to say just a record number of people that have been registered for this series today. So thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today on Learn More About BNI Connect. All right, I still see that attendee list jumping in, so I'm going to give it another 30 seconds or so. All right, well, Sean says, I'm the first one here. Thank you so much for being here. Kenny from Maryland, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, says, I have my swimsuit and goggles, so when do I jump in? We're just about to be jumping in. Mitch says, there seems to be something wrong with the audio. Am I the only one stating that? Can anybody else, can you guys chime in? Are you guys able to hear me okay? Let's see. Oh, I've got about 20 people that just jumped in and said, yep, I can hear you. Okay, good. Good. Audio is fine. Excellent. Thank you guys so much. Yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And how about that? I'll turn my camera on too so you guys can see me. How's that? All right. So why don't we go ahead and get started so now you guys can see and hear me. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Bonnie. Nice beard. Thank you. All right. So why don't we get going with the content today? And one of the reasons I'm not using Zoom was just because this platform, which we already had, actually allows up to 1,000 attendees. So, which is more than the Zoom license that I had. So that's why I'm using this one. All right. All right, awesome. Let's get started. So again, my name is Jeremy Walsh. I am the Director of Support here for BNI Connect. I've been a member of BNI Connect since BNI Connect. I've been a member of BNI since 2002, and I am still a member of BNI. I had my chapter meeting this morning. So not only do I know this platform in and out, but I also use it every single day, both as a member and as a director here in BNI. So with that said, just a very, very quick review of our core values here in BNI. That is givers gain, building relationships, lifelong learning, traditions and innovation, positive attitude, accountability, and recognition. So these are our core values. My favorite, of course, is positive attitude. I think you should approach everything in BNI and in life with a positive attitude, and you'll get a lot further. But of course, today we're going to be practicing a little bit lifelong learning. So just a little bit of housekeeping. So a little bit of housekeeping here. This all you have to do, if you're here today, you've registered and you have the whole series. Now, I know some people said that the calendar link doesn't necessarily put in all 9 weeks. You may have to go in and set it as a recurring appointment or something like that. Or shoot me an email and I'll send you a new ICS file for it. But either way, you are now registered for all 9 weeks. You do not have to register again. That same link will work for all of them. This will be every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. So this same bat time, this same bat channel every week. I try to keep the content to about 30 minutes. That way, if you've only booked out 30 minutes for this today, you'll get everything you need in that 30 minutes. However, I am happy to keep the webinar open until all of your questions have been answered. Just like you guys have been dropping questions and comments and all that kind of stuff into the chat window or into the questions bar, feel free to keep asking questions. And as we're going through, I will try to answer them as we are going along. All right, so with that said, all of these webinars, they will be recorded, and I will be taking the recording and putting them up onto BNI University as well. Please give me a couple of days to get them up on BNI University. I will probably replace the series from last year with this one, but it takes a couple of days to convert it and do the session and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for your patience with that. And this is our series. So today we're going to be talking about your profile. And this is some pretty good timing because just this past weekend, we updated your profile in BNI Connect. So we're going to show you the how to go ahead and update your profile and where it all shows up and what it means and what you can do with it. Next week, we're going to talk about the mobile app and how we can track all of our activity. After that, we're going to look at how can we like tap into this global network? How can we find other members and resources around the world? Now, September 10th, I'm taking a week off. I'm taking a late vacation, so we're not going to have anything on September 10th. So if you set up a recurring session in your calendar, don't come here on September 10th. I won't be here, okay? So September 10th, there's no training. September 17th, we're going to talk about the whole visitor process and how that all flows from inviting, and there's new ways to invite since the last time we did this. September 24th, we're going to go through some reports. Let's look at how the reports work and numbers and all that kind of fun stuff. On October 1st, we're going to switch gears a little bit and start talking about leaders. That's actually the first week for a lot of regions for the leadership term, so we'll go into that. Then we'll talk about setting goals for your chapter and go into BNIU, and finally talk about the chapter websites. All right, so because this is our first session, just a very quick overview of what is this whole BNI Connect thing anyway. A lot of people don't realize just how big of a program BNI Connect is. And BNI Connect is our data warehouse for everything that we do in BNI. So we have these other systems like, BNI University. That is our knowledge base. That's where we learn everything we need to learn about BNI, BNI Connect, how to do one-to-ones, all of that stuff. BNI Connect is where we keep all the data. So right now we're keeping the data. We're kind of like the QuickBooks for 75 countries, 1,000 regions, 250,000 members around the world. We keep track of all of the POMS reports and how many referrals are passed and the thank you for closed business. All of that stuff gets put into BNI Connect on a weekly basis. And we just have years and years and years worth of data. On top of that, we also publish websites for all of the countries, regions, and chapters. So you may not even know this, but your profile, which we're going to talk about today, is on 3 different websites out there on the internet. So we're going to take a look at that and how you can update it. And we do have a little bit of a social platform as well, where you can interact with other members around the world. And that's done through through the group technology and just through connecting with people, searching people. You can pass referrals to people around the world. So we really, really do have a global presence here and the ability to talk to other BNI members around the world. So just an idea of what this is all about. BNI Connect, it is one application. It's not a website. It is an online application. And what that consists of is we got about 950 individual pages within this system. So it is, it's massive. Every time we do an update in here, there's so many things to consider. There's about 120 different reports in the system. Everything that is in BNI Connect has to be translated into about 61 different languages. That's every time we add a new feature, we have to reach out to every country around the world, say, hey, by the way, we just put this new thing in BNI Connect. Can you go in and put it in your own language, please, for us? So it takes a long time to get that stuff rolled out and in the right places. So got dozens of different programming languages that we use with all these other different connected systems as well. And there's well over 1 million lines of code. And of course, the best thing about BNI Connect for me, we rolled out BNI Connect in February of 2011. So we're coming up on almost a decade that we have been all together in this system. And it was only about a year ago when finally Israel came on board. And before that, a couple of other places that the whole world is actually on this same platform. So it really gives us a great opportunity to interact and connect with and do global business. Especially during these times, it is absolutely amazing that we have this BNI community to lean on. All right, so let's talk about today's topic. So today's topic, we're talking about credibility through visibility. So if you remember back, if you haven't taken the Member Success Program in a while, I highly recommend you go and take the one that's on BNI University. It is, again, I've been a member since 2002, a director since 2004. A lot has changed in the 18 years or so since I took my first Member Success Program. Even if you haven't taken the Member Success Program in the past 2 years, go on BNI University and take it. There are new nuggets, new formats, and all sorts of new things that you can learn. So I absolutely recommend going and taking that. But one of the key concepts in the Member Success Program and in BNI in general is this concept of VCP. All right, VCP. And if you think about that, what that stands for, it's an acronym, of course. It stands for visibility, credibility, profitability. And in order to make this whole networking and word of mouth marketing thing work, we have to have those three things. So visibility means that people actually know that you exist, right? So they have to actually see your name, see that you're there. You have to be visible to them. But it's more than just visible, because you can take out a billboard on the highway and a bunch of people can see you, but if they don't trust you, if you don't have any credibility, then you're still not going to get any business, right? So you have to have that visibility and credibility, and then you can start to turn that into profitability. And if you're not profitable, then why are we doing all of this, right? So visibility, credibility, and profitability. And I've been watching this happen for many years, and people are looking to pass business to other BNI members every day. Now, that includes people that are in BNI and people that are outside of BNI. So people in BNI are looking to say, hey, I've got this job. I want to do business with another BNI member. I don't have a underwater basket weaver in my chapter, and I really, really need an underwater basket weaver. So how do I get in touch with an underwater basket weaver? Well, I can go Google somebody, but it's just going to be this random person on the internet. I really want a local underwater basket weaver, or maybe at least somebody in BNI, so that I kind of know, like, and trust them a little bit more, just because they're in BNI. I know they've been through the membership committee process and they're dedicated to their chapter. So that's really what the BNI Connect is all about. So, all right, don't tell Dr. Meisner I did this, but I kind of messed with his formula a little bit. All right, so what I did was I said, if we take this visibility and credibility, right, and we multiply it by the power of BNI Connect, this global database, this global presence that we have, then we can really start to maximize our profitability, right? We can grow it exponentially at that point. So how do we do that? Well, the first step in all of this is your profile. Your profile is how people see you in BNI, right? That's how you're introducing. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So let's take a look. I'm going to get out of this PowerPoint here, and let's go into BNI Connect and actually start taking a look at a couple of things in BNI Connect. So I have this, and I also have, let me pull up the mobile app here. So I have my BNI Connect window here, and I have my mobile app here as well. So first, let's take a look at the what it looks like to other people out there. So there's two main places that your profile shows. One place is out there on the internet, so the great World Wide Web, and it shows up in 3 different places on the World Wide Web, 3 distinct websites. So the easiest thing to do this is, if you log into BNI Connect, up in the upper right-hand corner, click on Regional Website. Click on Regional Website. that is going to take you to your region's website. Now, the nice thing about the regional website is that this is only going to be the members that are in your area. So by default, it is just filtered out to the people that are local to you. All right. So in some cases, like for me, Rhode Island, I mean, Rhode Island's like this big, right? Seriously, it's that big. And, we have about 800 square miles. So it's all of Rhode Island. Other places like California, it might only be your area of California, like Los Angeles or something like that. So if you wanted to find a member here, I'm going to click on Find a Member. If it's not up here at the top of the screen, it may be down all the way at the bottom for Find a Member. But either way, find a member and then just search for yourself. All right. So I'm going to search for myself here, Jeremy Walsh. And it's going to pull up my profile. So I'm going to click on my profile. And this is what my profile looks like. So it has my picture. It has my company. And by the way, this is freshly updated. This was just updated this past weekend so that it's cleaner. It looks better on mobile when it's pulled up on mobile. And it's definitely more member-centric as opposed to before. This whole first part of the screen just was your chapter name. So it's nice that it is now focused on you, the member. So it has my company name. If I scroll down, it has my business description. I put some videos up on my profile. This also has what's called your tops profile. What's my ideal client, my ideal, my best product, my ideal referral partner, all of that is listed here on the website. And then if I click on this little dot, 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 like a sideways kebab here, and somebody said that they're not seeing my screen. You guys see my screen okay? Yep. All right. So some people might not be seeing it. So yes, it does look like it's okay. So, all right, going back to this, if I click the little dot, dot, dot here, it shows my phone number, my direct number, my mobile, my fax, my chapter. It shows all of my social media links. So you can hop right over to my Facebook, my my LinkedIn page, my Twitter page, and these are all customizable. You can put whatever links that you want in there. All right, and then of course it has my business address and things like that. So this is one place. So this is on my actual regional website, just doing a member search. But if my chapter also has a website, bniri.com/Wakefield. And this is my chapter's website. I went a little bit too far with a saved page there, but this also has my leadership team, when we meet, how much thank you for closed business we've passed, chapter leadership, all that. If I click on show members, this is a second URL that has my details on it. So this is now 2 URLs that Google has access to that is showing my information. And there's a third public place for this. All right, so there's a third public place, and that is if I go to BNIAmerica.com. This is our United States national site. If you're here from Canada or the UK or another country, there's one of these for your country as well. But if I go to BNIAmerica.com, I can also go down and let's say search for find a member. I can find any member. If you're looking for a national resource, by the way, this is a great place to go to find a person that might be in Texas or Omaha or something like that, but still within the United States. And yes, these are 100% public websites, BNIAmerica.com, BNIRI.com, and whatever your regional website might be. But again, if I just search Jeremy Walsh, it's going to find, I think I'm the only Jeremy Walsh in the United States still. Oh my goodness, there's a couple of other Jeremys and Jeffreys, but click on my profile here. And once again, it shows this is, again, a unique URL. That is another page that is showing up here. Somebody just said, hey, when I pull up my profile, it has little dot, dot, dots. It's not looking like this. If that's the case, you do need to clear your cache because this was just an update that was done the other day. So in Chrome, just go in, or whatever browser you're using, go in and make sure that you go in and clear your browsing data, clear your cache, and refresh it, and it should show up okay. All right. So if your profile doesn't look like that, that's what you need to do. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look now. Where else can we find our profiles? All right, so the other place to find the profiles Now I'm logged into BNI Connect. So I'm actually in the logged in portion of BNI Connect. And over here, I'm also in the mobile app. So if I go and I search for myself, how would I find myself in BNI Connect? The way to do it is this magnifying glass up here in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm just going to search for myself again, Jeremy Walsh. And I have a couple of myself and a couple of test users in here. But here's my actual membership and my profile here, and here we go. It has all my videos, it has all my links and my phone numbers, and all of that wonderful stuff is here on my profile inside BNI Connect. And now on the left-hand side, I'm going to go over to the to my profile here on the mobile app. And one way I can do this, if I go to my chapter roster, so I click the magnifying glass and go to my chapter roster, I should be in this list. And where am I? Oh, here I am. And if I click on myself, I can see all these different things, send referrals, go to my website. Or if I click the view button, this will show me my profile here in the mobile app. So how do we update all of this stuff? So now the good news is, even though you're in like technically 5 different places, you only have to update it once in one place. All right, so you only have to update it once in one place. And the way that you do that is you go to log into BNI Connect, and right here on the home page, it says update profile my BNI page. Update profile my BNI page. Or you can go to options, my account. Either one. Click on either of those. It's going to bring you to the exact same place. So I'm going to go to options, my account, or update profile. And this is the back end of your profile. So this is where all the kind of magic happens on your profile. So here, now if you have to hang up and you remember nothing else from what I tell you today, the secret to updating your profile, get to this page. All right. 2 clicks so far. Now, just go through all of these tabs along the top, right? Go through all of these tabs along the top. And where you see an empty space, put something in there. All right. So where you see an empty space, put something in there. Same thing in the mobile app. So if I'm in the mobile app here on the left-hand side, up here next to my name, there's a little arrow. And if I click on the arrow, this will take me into the back end of my account. So it doesn't matter where you update it. You can update it in the app. You can update it on the website. I'm old school. I'm in my 40s. I type better on a keyboard than I do with these big fat thumbs. It's just the way I am. I prefer to do it on the website. If you would like to do it on the mobile app, do it on the mobile app. It's completely and totally up to you. Now, the one caveat I'll tell you is that not everything is available on the mobile app yet. So certain things like the bio and the tops profile, those aren't available on the app yet. But we will be getting those on the app in the relatively near future in the next couple of months. So my recommendation for now is to go to the full website if you want to get everything in all at once. All right. But with that said, so now I'm here. Let me just go through these tabs real quick and show you what's on each one of these. And by the way, all of the stuff in the mobile app or in the profile is updated immediately everywhere else. So let me just go back here. I'm going to go back to bniri.com and I'm going to go back to my member page here. So let me show you what I mean. So here I have, for example, I have all this information about me and all this stuff here. So if I was to go in and let's say my phone number here is 401-465-6786 extension 6. If I go to my profile and I go to my page, it has the phone number on it, and I'm actually extension 666. You may get me, you may get the devil. I'm going to update that and come back and refresh this page. And go back, click the dot, and it is now extension 666. So if you want me or the devil, it is now updated on my profile. So I can also go back. I'm going to change this, of course. I don't want to be extension 666. I'm just extension 6. And that is now saved and immediate. There's one exception to that, and that is the keywords. So the keywords do take 24 hours to update, between 1 hour and 24 hours, depending on where the update cycle is at. All right. So here we go. Let's go through the profile quick. So the top of the page, your name. You can't change your name yourself. You would have to request a change for that, because that's you. We don't want you put somebody else's name in there, so on and so forth. Same thing with your company, because that's part of your accounting details, if you will. Same thing with industry and classification, but just about everything else we can update. So the most important things on this page are really going to be my business and the keywords. My business is going to be that description about what you do. So if you think about it, I always think about like you're at open networking and you need to describe your business to somebody in like 30 seconds or less. What can you write really quickly to explain that to them? You can also, this is one of only 2 places in the entire profile where you can put a video if you want to. Now, we're not going to host the videos because we're not YouTube, but you can just grab a video that you either host on Facebook, on YouTube, or any of those sites, and you're just going to get what's called the iframe code. You copy and paste that from the site, and you just drop it in here. So, for example, if I was to go to my YouTube site, and I wanted to put any of these videos on there. So here's one from Dr. Meisner, for example. Let me go into one where I can get into the full thing here. All I'm going to do is go to the share thing here, and I use the embed code. You can play with the size and stuff like that if you want to, or really all you need to do is just Control-C, copy that, Control-V, put it in here, and now you've got a video on your website. Same thing with the with Facebook or any of those other video sites. They all offer a way to do an iframe embed code. The second thing on here is keywords, and the keywords are really important because the keywords are how people find you when they don't know your name. So the BNI Connect search is a database search. All right, I would love if we were actually Google and you could just start typing something and it knew exactly what you were looking for before you even finished typing. But this is kind of it's a database, so it's looking against exact matches for words. So when I do a search, if somebody finds me, they need to be searching for either my company name, they need to be searching for my name, they need to be searching for my actual classification or industry. It'll also search against your address and what town is in your address. But if you want to be found by more stuff than that, then you do need to update your keywords as well. So, for example, I'm in Rhode Island, but I kind of want to be found in Massachusetts and Connecticut, so I put Massachusetts and Connecticut in there. I also want to be found for some of these other keywords like help desk and computers. So computers plural is found, not just computer. So you can put those keywords in. That will help your searchability. All right. If you make any changes, make sure that you click update. You'll see a little saved button flash, and you can move on to the next page. Next page, update your username, your password. Angie says, is it worth putting common misspellings of keywords? That's a great idea. It's also a good idea to put different spellings of your name. So Angie, if your full name, even though you may never go by it, is Angela, and some people might call you Angela instead of Angie, then you may want to put Angela in your keywords so that becomes part of the search. All right. Susan says, do keywords need to be one word, or can you write pollinator gardens? It's searching each word individually. And to be honest with you, you don't even need the commas in there. So it is searching each word individually. All right, so you can change your update your username, password, and your image. So if you haven't uploaded your profile image since Monday, I would recommend that you go in and do that because they did increase the resolution of the display image. The size is still the same. You can upload any image up to 5 megabytes, right? But it used to shrink it down once we uploaded it to a really, really, really small resolution. It's not doing that anymore. It's a bigger resolution. So please go and re-upload a new profile picture so it displays better on the website. Let's say I want to change my company logo. I can do that. I'm just going to click that. I'm going to click the little magnifying glass, and I can go and find a logo on my computer. Let me go into my logos here, and let's say I have that black one up there now. I'm going to switch that to the white one. I can crop it if I want to. And that's it. It just updated my logo. So that's all I have to do there. And now we get to the next page. This is all your contact details. There's no big secrets here. It's phone numbers, addresses, things like that. The things that I want to highlight here. The most important one, show me on the BNI public websites. If this box does not have a check in it, you will not display on the public website. If this is unchecked, people can't find you. So if I go back to bniri.com, right, I'm going to uncheck this and click update. When that is unchecked and I go to find a member and I go to look for myself, I am no longer going to be found because I've chosen to be delisted. I am not here anymore. If you want to be found and you want to be seen, make sure that that's checked up. Or conversely, if you are in an industry where you're not allowed to be listed on the website, go ahead and uncheck that so that you're in compliance with your corporation. Okay? The rest of these are fairly straightforward. These are all deciding, do I want to show my mobile number on that public website? If I uncheck it, it won't show. If I do check it, it will show. Now, that's only the public profile. Okay, that's only the www ones, the bniri.com, bniamerica.com, things like that. Your email address, if your email address is unverified or it's saying bounce back, then you're going to have to get that verified. If it says bounce back, it means you're not getting emails such as referral emails from BNI Connect. Contact support and we'll help you through that. All right, here's where you get all of your links. If you want the icons to show up, all right, so on your profile, if you want the icons to show up, a couple of quick tips here. Make sure it's an HTTP instead of HTTPS. Don't worry, it will switch back over to HTTPS if you click the link. It's just that the icon, the fave icon from the link, just doesn't come down across the multiple sites unless it's HTTP. And also omit the www in front of it. So just go to your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page, grab the link, drop it in here, and you can put up to 14 different hyperlinks. So just choose which link, what order you want it in, and you can add it to your profile. Fill out your address. If you don't want your public address out there, that's fine. You can also just put by appointment only. I do highly recommend, though, that you at least have a city in there. Otherwise, it'll be really hard to find you on the, when people do a search by town or things like that. All right, here on the settings, now this is your inside profile. So when people find you logged into BNI Connect, this is what you're going to share with them. Same thing, this applies to the mobile app as well. So if people find you in the mobile app, which of these pieces of information do you want to share with them? Susan says she doesn't have the option for national websites. That's because I'm a national administrator. You would only have that if you had a national role with a country. All right, and then the bottom here is whether or not you want to receive things like connection requests to your profile here, to your email address, rather than them just showing up as internal alerts. All right, the next tab is your bio, and there's no secrets here. It's just the same typical bio we would always fill out, your years in business, hobbies, things like that. Now, you also have the opportunity to put a couple of weekly presentations. This is a great thing to store a weekly presentation just in case, let's say you're going to be absent one week and you need to have one that you can just copy and paste and send to somebody. It also is seen on your interior profile, so people can go and look at that. Now, here is the only other place. If you wanted to record yourself doing a weekly presentation, you could take a video of yourself, upload it to YouTube or Vimeo or wherever, and then put the link into this weekly presentation. So rather than somebody reading it, they could actually see a video there. And of course, the gains profile, goals, accomplishments, interests, network, skills. And from a public profile, TOPS profile, this shows on the public website. So you want to make sure you take some time to fill out that TOPS profile. Of course, when you're done, make sure that you click the update button for those changes to take effect. Now, the last two tabs, if you are a director consultant, you'll have this director tab. If you're a director, the only place that this information shows is going to be on the Contact Us page on the regional website. And finally, your training history, that's just going to be showing up. If something's missing here, contact your regional office. All right, and I think we went a couple of minutes over with questions, but as I said, I'm going to keep this open. Anybody that wants to start asking questions, start dropping your questions into the questions box, and I will answer those. I know some people do need to leave right away at the bottom of the hour, so for those people that do need to leave, thank you so much for being here. Just a couple of additional housekeeping notes before we sign off. Just a reminder, this webinar was recorded. It will be made available on BNI University soon. Search for the Deep Dive series, and there may be just the old one up there now, but very soon there will be a Deep Dive 2020 series up there that will include this. And finally, our next, if you're going to be joining us again, our next one is going to be next week. Next week, August 27th, we're going to talk about the BNI Connect mobile app and online tracking. So how does this all work together to, basically, pass the information back and forth, show your referrals, show your one-to-ones, show you thank you for closed business, all of that stuff we're going to go over next week. All right, so with that said, I'm going to go hit the questions now. And as I said, if you have time to hang out, I think we still have over 350 people on the call. If you have time to hang out, please stay for the questions, and you are welcome to ask anything you want to. I will answer any question. That's what I do all day, every day. As soon as I hang up this webinar, I'm actually just going to go back to answering questions by email and support tickets. So you can ask them live if you'd like to. All right, so let me get out of this PowerPoint again and go back here. Let's see. So questions. How many CEUs do we give for today? You want CEUs are not automatically synced with BNI Connect. So you do have to submit your CEU manually. All right, so you do have to go in. So you can do that two ways. So either log into BNI Connect like I am here, click on Submit CEU Slip. Tell you what, even though this was only a half hour, we went a little bit over. So round up to 1 credit. Go ahead and give yourself 1 hour BNI University or 1 hour webinar, whichever you'd like to do. Credit 1, click Submit. You now got yourself a CEU. If I refresh my app over here, you'll see that it now records this in here automatically right away. It's fully in sync. We'll go into that more in detail next week, though. All right. Let's see what else. I think Susan said, I think we already answered this. Do keywords need to be one word, or can you write pollinator gardens or sales training? Bob says. So again, it looks at each word individually. So I would say you can just put them in as individual words. Let's say, Danielle, what are acceptable formats for your logo? So you want those to be a PNG or a JPG, a JPEG or a PNG file. Those are the best two formats to use for those. And again, the resolution or size of them doesn't matter so much from a pixel standpoint. What matters as far as uploading them is going to be that they are less than 5 megabytes. All right, less than 5 megabytes. So Greg says, with keywords, can you put a root word like chiro for chiropractor and chiropractic, or do you have to put each version of the word? So you can put chiro, but it will only work if somebody just searches for chiro, right? Because if they search for chiropractic, it has more letters on there. So, you're searching for more than would be included in the root. It kind of works better the other way. If you have chiropractic in there and somebody just searches for chiro, then it's going to pick up both chiropractor, chiropractic, chiropractor misspelled. So it's kind of the backwards of that. Does that make sense, Greg? Let's see what else. So Paula says, how can I add a picture? So sure, let's go over that one more time. How do you add a picture to your profile? So I'm going to go to Update Profile, my BNI page. I'm going to go to the second tab, and under Profile Image, I'm going to click on Change Profile Picture, or if there's not one there, I'm going to add one. I'm going to go and search for an image on my computer. And let me switch over to a hot dog eating hot dog. How about that? I'm going to just grab this other one here. I can move this crop box around if I want to, or expand it or make it smaller. Click save. And that's it. All right. Does that help, Paula? Let's see. James says, as Secretary Treasurer, I need to see members' bio to do an introduction. All right. So here's the best way to do that as a Secretary Treasurer. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually use a report for that. So go to Reports chapter. So the chapter reports, and there is a report here called Member Details Report. You have to scroll down a little bit. Member Details Report. And you can click on View Member Bio, choose the person from your website, from the drop-down list here, and that will show their bio. Once you get in there, you can also flip to their gains, if they have one there, to their tops, to their other things as well, in order to view that in BNI Connect. I hope that helps, James. Bob says, how do you get others in your chapter to fill out their profiles? Shame them. No, I'm just kidding. Encourage them to do that. Either send them this copy of this, send them, do an education moment. That would be a great thing to do. I actually, because we had the new profiles, I did an education moment in my chapter this morning, and it's even easier to do technology-based education moments if you're doing a BNI online meeting right now. So being able to share your screen and jump right in and show the technology is so easy now to do. So I encourage you to work with your leadership team to help get your chapter on board with that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, so Paula says, not a profile picture, the photo album. Ah, that one. So if I go to my profile, by the way, if you want to see your profile, you can just click all the way at the bottom of any page in the footer section, click on profile, and this brings you into yours. There's a less used part of your profile here called the photo gallery. And you can put up to 20 photos. Like it can be anything you want really, but here's like a picture of my son from, I think 10 years ago with his little red glasses. Put other things on there that you think might interest people. You can also put things like testimonials, like a scan of a testimonial from a client or something like that. The way to put stuff up there, it's kind of a little bit backwards, but you go into Network, Picture Gallery. And from here, you can edit, delete, remove, add all these different pictures on your profile. All right. So again, that one's a little bit hidden, but that's where you would drop those. All right, what else? Let's see. Jeff says, is there a reason my profile would not pull up on regional US site? Jeff, again, the one thing I would check is to make sure that you have your profile shared in your settings. So go to update profile and you just go to that this tab here with the old school phone on it and make sure you're show me on public website. If not, there may be an issue with your membership. Maybe it hasn't been processed yet, or maybe it has expired, but those would be the reasons why. Sean, let's see. Jehan says, my Canadian site looks a lot different than what you showed. If you want to shoot me the link to that site, I'll take a look at it and we can see what's up with that. It may be that we did go through this branding exercise recently where all the colors shifted and everything from the burgundy color to this red color. So it's possible that the Canadian, your regional site hasn't updated yet. I would just talk to your executive director if that's the case. Let's see. Lynn says, I'm new to the BNI Fireside chapter. That's in Southwest Florida, if I'm not mistaken. And this was perfect topic for a newbie. Thank you so much. You are so welcome. Hope you are here for more of them. Happy to share as much information as we can. Deborah says, looks amazing. I need to get busy with my updates. This should keep our photographer members busy with fresh profile pics too. Absolutely. Those are great personal referrals to get that profile picture updated. Marilyn says, outside of our chapter members, is there someone who can review and give constructive comments? That is a great thing for your director consultant. So if you don't know who your director consultant is, either go to your chapter page, right? So if I go to out to my chapter page, and let me go back to my BNI Wakefield page. I go back to my Wakefield page. This will show you all your members and who your chapter director consultant is, or that'll also appear if you go to your reports in your chapter and look at your roster report. And on the roster report, up at the top, it will list who your director, area director, and ambassador are for your chapter. And those are great people to give you some feedback. All right, how many CEUs? Jacob, 1 CEU. Jehan says, on security side, do you think BNI Connect will have 2-factor authentication soon? I don't know the answer to that one, unfortunately. I can bring that up with the CTO and ask him what his thoughts are on that. But as of right now, I do not have a speculation on that one. So Gal says, I like to get my BNI notifications to my personal email, and my business email address is presented on BNI Connect. So not really. So there is an option. So if I go to my account, 99% of communications in BNI is going to go to this address that you have listed on your email address. Referral notifications and notifications from your regional office, BNI SuccessNet, all of that stuff, visitor notifications, that's all going to go to this jeremy@bni.com on my profile. If I go to the next tab, there is an override address here, alternate notification email address. If I put, let's say, my Gmail address in here or something, that is only for these things right here. Connection requests, copies of email, messages that you send from BNI, recommendation requests. So really not much. So my recommendation would be to just switch this over to wherever you want that to be getting the majority of your stuff. Let's see. 1 CEU. Let's see. Sally says, I still have the old Burgundy mobile app. Should I reload it? Yes, absolutely. If you still have all the old Burgundy stuff, uninstall that app and go get the new one from the App Store. So you may have your phone set to not automatically update. So I would highly recommend going and getting the new one. Lisa says, I'm an affiliate with a network marketing company, and there are many folks like me across the country that are BNI members. What is your suggestion that would help me stand out from the other affiliates? We can talk more about testimonials, making sure that you have those keywords filled out so that when people search for you, get a good picture up there, get a good logo up there, really knock it out of the park with your tops and your BNI business. One of the, I think, most underutilized things is getting those videos up there. We are a video heavy society now. So making sure that on your page that you have some videos up there. And, I'm of the opinion that, you want to steer away from anything political, anything like that, but they can be personal. So like, for example, I have a video on mine that, was just, I went sledding with my children a couple of years ago, and it was great to, be able to share that experience, and we were having a lot of fun. And anything that people can connect with you on, I think is a good idea to put there, as long as it's appropriate. And again, steer clear of religion and politics. But other than that, I had another video up here that was a cooking video, because I love cooking, and I've gotten more comments from people that just, we had conversations about cooking after that. So I think that would be a good way to stand out. Let's see. Who can see your weekly presentation on your profile? Anybody that gets to your profile in BNI Connect can see that only in the inside part of BNI Connect, and only if you are sharing that bio tab. If you're not sharing the bio tab, then they can't see it. Let's see. More questions. Hector says, my category on my profile is right, but my industry is wrong. How can I change it? So if your category and your profile here are wrong, you need to reach out to your regional office and or your chapter leadership team. They have to verify it on the back end against what's on the application and what's available. So that we can't do directly. Let's see. Carlos, the report is on for seeing member bios is under reports, and it's the member details reports. Adam says, I am getting several connection requests from other countries. I would prefer to have only North American contacts. Any way to set this? As of now, no. Unfortunately, it is, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we are a global system. There's no way to kind of slice and dice it to just certain countries at this time. Let's see. Marilyn says, a very helpful presentation. Thank you so much. What else do we have here? Matt says, is it possible to notate CEU submission slips? I think that's a great suggestion for the future. Right now, unfortunately, no. Let's see. Victoria says, why don't the members' phone numbers come up under the phone icon? The phone icon asks to link, and the people are not intuitively finding the actual phone and contact in the ... I'm not 100% sure the reason behind that. I think it might have something to do with possibly crawling and scraping websites or something like that. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure why they decided on that design decision. So sorry about that, Victoria. Bruce says, can the public see the photo gallery? Nope. All the public can see is this right here. Right? This is the public website. On the inside, if I click on profile, they see this. So if the heading here is BNI Connect Global, that's the inside, the signed in portion, and that's what they can see. And then here's the public portion. That's going to be on your regional site or BNI America. Let's see, what else? And yes, it is recorded. It will be on BNI University. Let's see what else. Deborah says, does MSP completion in BNI University flow automatically to BNI Connect? Yes. So that MSP, when you complete it in BNI U, that will automatically flow to your profile. However, you still have to submit the CEUs for it. Greg says, is the member-to-member option the only time that your email address is visible, can be seen by others? Yep, that is only within BNI Connect. The outside world, so if I go to my detail page here, the outside world can send me a message by clicking this message link and filling out a form, but they can't ever see my email address. James says, will I be including all of these Q&A on the recording? Yes, I'm going to include all this. People can fast forward past it or cut it out if they don't want to. All right, let's see what else. Leanne says, is it possible to see the complete history of membership? So what I would say is, if you want to see your entire history of your, it depends what you're looking for. One way to do it is you can go to the reports, and if you want to see all of your stats, then what you could do is go to your personal POMS report, choose yourself from the list, and you can change the date to run that for all time. If you want to see like your actual transactional history, what I would say is go to options and then the portal. The portal this is what visitors have access to as well. But here you can view your account history, and this would show you basically more in a text format all of the information that we have on your membership here in BNI. So is that what you were looking for, I think? Let's see. Marilyn says, is there a character limit for keywords? Yes, it's about, I think it's 200 characters, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I have a couple of people asking about where do we upload videos. So when it comes to uploading videos, what you want to do is first you have to upload the video somewhere else, because we don't host the videos. So you have to go to someplace like YouTube and create a YouTube account, or you can do this right from Facebook. So upload a video to Facebook, all of anything like that, and pretty much, if I let me go to the BNI Connect YouTube channel here. Pretty much every video out there has this share option, right? Click on share, and the one that we don't want this. This is just a link to the video. What we want is this code. We want to embed that video into our profile. So just take this, copy it, go back to your profile. All right, so I'm going to go to options, my account, and you're going to drop that, just paste it here into my business. The other place that you can do that is you can paste it into your bio and into weekly presentation. Bonnie says, tell them about the groups we can join. Shh, Bonnie, that's for a couple of weeks from now. We'll go over that in session 3, I believe. We're going to talk about groups. All right, so session 3, we're going to talk about those groups. All right, let's see. I think I've just about answered all of the questions here. I know there's a bunch of repeat questions that I think I've gone, but literally there's about 200 questions in the list that I've been trying to go through everyone individually. I think I've hit all of them a couple of times. So I think we're just about at the top of the hour. So with that, what I'm going to say is I look forward to seeing you guys next week, right? For August 27th here. That is our next one. And once again, we'll have a little bit more time for content because I'm not going to do that whole preview again. But I will see you all on the same bat time, same bat channel next Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks again and happy connecting.